Okay, time to make a video. They probably won't notice. Okay, this is one for the ages. I saw Project Hail Mary. Jesus Christ. It's a near masterpiece! Big surprise. For those who don't know, Project Hail Mary is the most recent movie starring Ryan Gosling and is an adaptation on Andy Weir's novel of the same name. Project Hail Mary follows Ryland Grace, a middle school science teacher who wakes up alone aboard a spacecraft with no memory of who he is or how he got there. As fragments of his past begin to return, he realizes he's been sent on a desperate, last-chance mission to save Earth from a mysterious cosmic threat that's slowly dimming the sun. You know, if I had a nickel for every time I saw a space movie where people went on a harrowing balls-to-the-wall mission to save the dying sun, I'd have 2 nickels, which is not a lot, but it is weird that it happened twice. But no, seriously, stripping both these plots down to the bare bone core, there is a lot of similarities between this and Sunshine. Just instead of saving the sun by bombing it, we make a nerd do all the work. I'll be clear right out the gate, I've not read the book. I'm not gonna, so I can't speak to the accuracy. If you came here for a, well, in the novel actually take, you're in the wrong place. Reading is for pussy. Where do I even start with this one? Because genuinely, this movie kind of snuck up on me. I expected something solid, definitely. Maybe a little sterile, you know, smart sci-fi that pats itself on the back a bit. What I got instead was something that feels weirdly alive. Like it's constantly juggling big brain science with genuine heart and somehow never drops either. On a technical forefront, this movie is infuriatingly good. The Oscars were yesterday, and I'm already pining this for something next year. The cinematography is beautiful. This movie is able to convey both cosmic scale and the smallest, most personal moments so cleanly, it's kind of unfair. The colors pop in such a way that it's clear an absolute mad lad was in the grading suite just going, yeah, crank it, it can handle it, and it's so beautiful. I can't even overstate this. Some shots in this are already permanently burned into my brain. Like, I will be 80 years old, forgetting my own name, but I will remember at least 3 images from this movie in perfect clarity. And on top of that, the VFX. Clean, like suspiciously clean. Not once did anything feel fake or floaty or like it didn't belong. It all has weight, it all feels real, which is insane considering, you know, space nonsense. And visually, beyond just being impressive, there's a genuine beauty to how this film presents the unknown. Space isn't just this cold, empty void. It's strange, colorful, almost inviting at times, while still being completely terrifying. There are moments that feel quiet and reflective where the scale of everything just kind of washes over you, and others that feel intimate in a way that's almost hard to explain given the setting. It's one of those rare movies that makes you feel small in a good way. Like, yeah, the universe is massive and indifferent, but there's still something really meaningful in reaching out into it anyway. The score is epic and emotional in that I'm going to listen to this while staring dramatically out of a car window kind of way. It knows exactly when to swell and when to pull back, and it never feels manipulative. It earns it. If this gets a physical release, it's mine immediately. If not, it's already on my playlist somewhere, probably. The acting is oppressive across the board, but Ryan Gosling absolutely carries this thing on his back, like he's trying to get bonus points. You know, if I had a nickel for every time Ryan Gosling was in a space movie where he was on a mission, I'd have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it is weird that it happened twice. We spend most of the movie with pretty much just him, and it never feels boring or dry. That is not easy. There is a version of this movie where that gets exhausting fast, and this is not that version. It keeps it engaging, funny, and human the entire time. And when the movie hits its emotional beats, he really shines. He plays this guy who is clearly way in over his head, dealing with imposter syndrome and guilt in a way that feels painfully real. It adds so much tension to everything because you're not watching a hero, you're watching someone try to become one. The writing is easily what elevates everything. This thing isn't a traditional thriller, and yet I was on the edge of my seat more times than I can count. It's constantly throwing problems at you and solving them in ways that feel clever instead of convenient, and it's funny, like consistently funny, not in a Marvel quippy type of way, but in a very situational way that just works. And the emotional moments, they land. None of it feels cheap or forced. When the movie wants you to feel something, it earns it, and it hits hard. There were multiple points where I was like, oh, we're doing this now. Okay, cool. I guess I'll just sit here and try not to cry. What really stuck with me, though, are the themes. Under all the science and tension, this is a movie about connection. About how even at the literal edge of existence, what matters most is understanding something or someone beyond yourself. It leans hard into the idea that intelligence isn't just knowledge, it's empathy, and that survival isn't just about outsmarting a problem, but about trusting others when you have every reason not to. There's also this really strong through line of failure running through it, how fear and cowardice don't disqualify you from doing something great. They're kind of a part of the process. It's messy and human in a way that makes all the high concept stuff hit even harder. The pacing is kind of insane in how well it's handled. It never drags, never rushes, just moves exactly how it needs to. Even when I found myself wanting more time with certain moments, characters, or ideas, I can't say it felt incomplete. It feels intentional, like the movie knows exactly how long it needs to be and refuses to overstay its welcome, which is rare these days. Still, I can definitely feel there could have been a lot of cut content, especially near the later half, but I think it was probably cut for the best, though I wouldn't mind a director's cut. At the end of the day, it's very clear this is one of the best films we've gotten in a long time. Like, genuinely, this is the kind of movie people are going to be pointing at for years. I don't know if I can pick between this and 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple for my favorite movie of the year so far, but goddamn, is it close. So as you can see, I've been gone for a minute. Honestly, I'm probably gonna upload a lot more sparsely as I'm currently working on something, but the beginning of this year has been good to me, well, movie-wise anyway. So with the first fiscal quarter coming to a close, I might make a video covering on what we got so far. I have a lot to say about controversial films like Wuthering Heights and especially The Bride, and at the same time, films like Iron Lung and The Bone Temple I found really transformative. Also, the Oscars happened. I have thoughts, obviously, and I never did a ranking or top 10 for last year's movies, so I don't know. No promises, no real surprises here. And as always, please remember to form your own opinions, keep watching movies, keep noticing the little details, and please go see Project Hail Mary.